Start. My voice is yes, voice is audible. Start. Which I think we have to start the presentation as we are ahead of time. Yeah. So so let's start everyone. So hi everyone, thank you so much for joining today's session. Today in this session we are discussing about Microsoft Copilot in general, but the session name is Boost Productivity with Microsoft Copilot, right? So let's start it. And in this session, we are going to see how, as a student and how, as a developer, we can use Microsoft Copilot and improve our efficiencies, right? Or we will also go through a demo of Microsoft Copilot and we will also try to play some experiment and with the Microsoft Copilot, right? So yeah, let's get started. So let me introduce myself as I already introduced. So hello everyone, my name is Mohit and I am a Beta MLSA and I am doing my major in CS. I'm in my third year, right? And I think we can start this, right? So let's go. So let me go back to the previous slide. Let me take a pen. Okay, let's start. So today's session is all about, as we already told, it is boost your productivity with Microsoft Copilot. We will learn how the Copilot works under the hood. We will also see how these Copilot help a student or a developer to enhance their efficiency. Right. So let's briefly go to the agenda part and further we can go for demo and other stuff, right? And we can start the uh, demo as well soon. So let's talk about first the agenda, what we are discussing today. So briefly, I will share the agenda with you all guys. So first we will know what is first we will discuss about what is Microsoft Copilot, and second we will uh, see how it can enhance productivity, like especially we are students and developers, how we can enhance our uh, efficiency, right? And third would be step by step how you can get started. I will show how you can create your account to the Microsoft Copilot, and we can also play around with the Copilot and generate some code and PPT and mail other things, right? And last we can, if we get time, we can go for the Q&A session as well as, right? So let's start and let's go to the another slide and let's see. So first, let's talk about little bit about theory part and we will go on the practical as well as for the weekend move, right? So let's talk about Microsoft Copilot. As we familiar about the hype in the market is about AI. In AI especially, the GPTs like GPT or some test-based AI which is helping or generating some code or generating some responses which we needed as a student or as a developer. So let me create a example of okay, let's take a pen. Suppose this is uh AI and this is the developer or a student or person who is asking a question in the AI, and in the back end we already familiar with ML, set of ML, NLP and all. In previous session, we discussed about the Azure AI, other thing. In that session, I talk about all the AI and NLP under the hood. So you can go to that session. I can also provide that session YouTube link. Yeah. So the basic idea of Microsoft Copilot is, let me erase this or erase from our slide. Let me take a pen. Uh, yeah, I guess red is fine. So what is Microsoft Copilot? As it written, Microsoft Copilot is an innovating AI-powered tool designed to enhance the productivity. As the event, as the session we have taken today is to boost our productivity. So Microsoft Copilot is a tool that is an AI tool that is designed to enhance our productivity efficiency across the all platform. So we can integrate the Microsoft Copilot in our Microsoft 365 in Microsoft, uh, different services and tools which are provided by Microsoft, we can integrate in this, right? So the future of productivity. Let's discuss about little bit about future, how the productivity look in future, right? So Copilot realized that the way we work. So the basic idea of like if we are using Copilot or something tool, at the end of the day, it save our time, it generate or it create accuracy, right? So nowadays, a lot of GPTs or wrappers are providing, especially Copilot. I did not know about Copilot. We can go through and we can check that. It also providing web search, which means you can search from web. Also, you can provide a blog link and it will generate a summary or something kind of thing, right? So next we have beyond the automation. As we already familiar about the automation stuff, suppose there's a developer who wants to run a script and check the system configuration, other things. So it is an automation task, right? Copilot goes beyond the traditional automation by understanding our intent by providing intelligent assistance. So it's a kind of AI assistant given by Microsoft to the developers to enhance their productivity, right? So let me clear the screen and let me draw a simple diagram so that you guys can understand so what I was talking about. So this is the developer and this is Copilot AI, you can say, which is a tool which is used by developer to enhance the productivity, and this is made by the Microsoft team. So Microsoft team peoples, right? Copilot. Or is it a type of assistant? As we already familiar with different types of assistant, we have Google Assistant, we have in Apple iOS, we have other assistant as well as so Siri, I guess, and it is a kind of assistant, right? So let's go to the next slide and let's see what we have. So what is Microsoft Copilot? As we already familiar about the latest technology in AI is booming out. So Microsoft Copilot is a tool which is made for the developer or for the people to enhance their productivity, right? So first, I already told you guys that AI platform assistant. What is AI powered assistant? It means it has all the things which the AI normal can do and it work as assistant. Suppose I want to draft a mail to some recruiter. I have to draft a mail to some company to get sponsorship. So I can go to this and I will draft a short prompt or something so that it can generate me a good response. Then that can I can send to the company or to the recruiter to get the reply from it. Right. So next, let me erase this part and let's discuss the second point. Okay. Second point is enhance productivity. As I already told, enhancing productivity is like automating your repetitive tasks, streamline the workflow. So what is workflow? Suppose there's a person who has the workflow of to checking their mails, see if is there any important mail. If there is any important mail, then his task is to reply that mail with a good credential or with a good message or response, right? Suppose this is a sales team or suppose this is a people or a developer which has a repetitive task. Repetitive task is like which is done daily. Suppose there is a developer who works in a company. He has a task to check his mail and reply all the mails to the project manager or something. Or if there any other mail important mail come, we have to reply. So this is the repetitive task. The developer must open the mail every day at 9 or 10 a.m. We can do what we can do. We can make a workflow. What is a workflow? Let's erase this part and let's draw a simple workflow. Suppose this is, let me change the color. Yes, it is, yeah. So suppose this is the mail. This is the mail, or you can say this is a mail or share tool, right? And this is a developer, and we'd have to check. So we can create a workflow. Workflow is like we can go on this Copilot, or we can in Copilot we have a notebook session also there. I will also give a demo about notebook, how we can use that and how we can use to draft a same repetitive task. Suppose we can draw a workflow like this. We can tell the Copilot that uh, in this time you have to check the mails. If the mail has some common words, suppose the mail has some urgent or some some delivery task or some pending task. So scan it and generate a short reply to that person with your name at the last, right? So we can create a workflow. Workflow is nothing but set of tasks which we are doing as a repeated task. Okay, let me go back to the previous slide. Yeah. So, as we're talking about, we talk about the AI assistant. Now we are talking about enhancement productivity. In enhancement productivity, we are talking about workflow. In workflow, we are discussing about how you can create a workflow with the help of Microsoft Copilot that uh, it have to reply to a short email or it will have to generate back the responses, right? The third would be intelligent insight. Gain valuable insight and recommendation for better decision making. So let's take an example of hotel booking application for this. Suppose I want to travel a place. Suppose I want to travel a place in Delhi. I'm a new. I have a new. I did not visit Delhi for like I'm visiting for first time. I did not know about Delhi at all. So what I can go? I can go on the Microsoft Copilot and I can gain some insight and recommendation for the better decision making. Suppose I want to travel. I have 3 days and this is my budget. So I can directly ask to this Copilot and it will give some insights from other recommendation and it will also suggest some recommendation for the better decision making. So what is better decision making? Suppose if I'm going to Delhi for a visit or to travel, so the main goal is to travel as much I can in 3 days with my budget. So it will tell all the recommendation places. Suppose my budget is 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees. So what I can do, I can go to the Copilot. I can tell all these things. It will generate some recommendation. Suppose it will tell that you have to go to this place because this place is free. Like suppose this is a park and this did not have any entry fees, so you can go there and you can go there and you can visit and you can explore it, right? So it will give some better decision making. So we can manage it. We can get good recommendation, right? So let's go to the another point. So the other point is seamless integration. So what is a seamless integration? As I told previously, that Copilot is also integrate with Microsoft 365. So suppose I am traveling to some other location. I did not carry my laptop. I have a document or I have a PPT in that PPT in my laptop. Right. So what I can do, I can integrate with the Microsoft Copilot. As already we know, Microsoft 360 provide the cloud backup, the cloud storage. So the basic idea of cloud storage, as we already know, into previous session, we discussed about cloud computing, how the cloud computing era has come, and how it affecting the how it affecting and how it helping developers, peoples to manage their servers and other things. We are not going into deep the server other things. We are just talking about it is all stored in the cloud in a real time. So what I can do, I can use my mobile phone or I can use another PC or some other device and logging my credential then go to that account, then I can somehow manage, and check that file. In that file, I also get the integration of Microsoft Copilot. Suppose there is a PPT, right? In PPT, let me erase this part, erase all, then select a file, right? So, uh, let me select, and uh, so, so in this point, like integrations. So in PPT, our presentation, what we are getting Copilot. So you guys can go and write. Suppose if I want to give a party to someone, or if I want to create a pitch deck. So what can I do? I can go to the PPT. I can go to Microsoft Copilot. I can tell that this is my startup idea, and this is I want to create a pitch deck. It will help. So basic idea of this point is seamless integration. So Copilot is integrated with all of the Microsoft tools, right? We will also go and look some demo as well in the further time, in the further upcoming slides, right? So let's move to the next slide. The key feature of Micro Copilot. So, so you are a developer, you are working in for a company. Suppose you are working for the five Microsoft, right? So what key feature of Microsoft Copilot? As we already told previously, the main goal, sorry, the main goal of the Copilot is to enhance the productivity of developers, people who are using it, or is a kind of tool which provide a AI system, right? So with the help of this Microsoft Copilot, what we can do? the key features. These are the features, and we have other features as well as we have the integration feature, as I already told you, right? First is the code creation. As the name suggests, suppose if I want to draft a code, I to debug something, or I want to check something, I want to create a to-do application. For that to-do application, I want to draft a code, and I got some bug. Somehow I did not solve that bug, or I am unable to find the error in that code, right? So what can do? I can do two things. So first we can do, let me erase this part and let me draw a code snippet over here. Suppose, okay, let me select the pen. Yeah. Suppose you're writing a code for a web application of to-do and you get stuck in the back end or in the front end part of whenever the user is entering the ad in the back end, it is not stored, right? So what we can do, I can easily copy the code, go to the code creation or go to the Microsoft Copilot and paste it and ask for the debug code. Debug the code. It will it will help us or it will help the developer to um, product it to enhance your productivity. Or second thing, what you can do, you can take a snippet. Snippet is suppose this is my code. I can take a screenshot of this. I can go to the Copilot. With the help of Copilot, I can just paste this image. I can directly ask instead of copying this code, right? So the next is content creation. As we already familiar, nowadays everyone want to become a content creator. And everybody wants to be in limelight, or everyone wants to have some social following or some uh, social media presence, right? So for this, Microsoft Copilot also help in that area. So what? Oh, let me erase this and let me give some example of this. How we can use Copilot in content creation. So it will help draft email, as I already told previously. We can draft emails for the sponsorship. Suppose you are a content creator and you want a sponsorship from a brand. So what you can do, you can go to the Microsoft Copilot and uh, give a prompt, or you can speak also. Uh, we can also give a live demo of this, how you can do that. You can speak also that, hey, Copilot draft a short, simple, or you can set a tone, you can set a human tone, so you get a human tone. You can set a human tone, and you can you can draft draft a short mail to the XYZ company regarding this, and you can attach your resume or something, right, which is related to that. So this is the first point. Second, reports. You can generate reports, other documentation, AI power system. In content creation, you can also search for the creators, or it will also generate some ideas which are uniquely or which are trending. So in content creation game, the main game is of the current topic. Uh, if you're creating something which is trend in the current market, so it will high chance that the algorithm will fix and it will give some views. Because in content creation, the main goal is all about the views, the people who are watching you, and how people are uh, seeing your content and how your content is useful for them. To make your content good, you can take the help of Microsoft Copilot, right? The third could be of meeting summaries. So there are three things in journal meeting summary I want to cover. So let me erase this and let's discuss uh, in what I was talking about. So meeting summary. Meeting summary, suppose I'm recording this meeting for the Microsoft to send this to the Microsoft or to have this meeting record. In future, I can see how I like uh, deliver this talk, right? So meeting summary is nothing but if suppose I am recording this meeting, so it can also help in this, right? It can also records and it can also summarize what we have learned so far. Suppose we talk about Microsoft Copilot and other things. So it will draft a summary or if we draft a MOM and it will give to me, right? Generate summary of meetings, capture key action items, track the progress. It will track also progress. In general, like everyone is using AI. So nowadays, what is going on in the market? We have a lot of agents are coming, which are joining our sessions, which are joining our teams, or we can say our meetings, and listening or recording our whole whole talk, and it will recording all the things, and somehow it will using some backend AI, and it will giving the summary and then send to the users, right? Or send to the participant of that meeting. Suppose I can create a simple block diagram or simple diagram so that you guys can understand. Suppose this is a meeting we are recording. Suppose the meeting is going on. Okay, this is the meeting, and these are the participant over here. So this is participants. Suppose this is the AI agent, which is also joined. So what will it do? It secretly record all the meeting session, and somehow with the help of AI or some NLP algorithms, the backend, we do not know about all the things. We can just simply time as AI, right? So it will, what it will do, it will create a summary, whole summary, what we have discussed. Suppose we're discussing about some, uh, suppose we are discussing about some event that this day we are launching our event, this day we are planning to this. So what will do, it will make a summary of this and it will send to all the participants or it will send to the user or the people who join this agent by the mail or something, right? It is very useful. Instead of people, it it eliminates the people. Suppose if the meeting memorize is not there, what happened? People used to create a doc or something, and it then they will write all the conversation and all the importance point in that doc, and then it will circulate to others. So it save a lot of time, it save a lot of efforts, it's boost our productivity instead of managing people to writing all the summaries, we can use this Copilot or we can use other agents for the summary part, right? So let's move to the next slide. So in this slide, as the title says, boost productivity with a Copilot AI-powered assistance. So we already discussed about how we can boost our productivity in different web apps, or we can integrate with different web apps. The Copilot AI-powered assistant, we already discussed this previously, and this is automate replicate task, over overload or trivial tasks to co-pilot and focus on more strategic work. So suppose I like in previous slide we also discussed it enhancing our productivity. So the repetitive task and the unusual task, suppose the meeting task or repetitive task, we check the mail. It will all done by the co-pilot or the AI powered assistants. Now we can more focus on other things which are important. Right. So it giving us time, it's saving our time, helping our it helping us to enhance our efficiency as well as so that we can give more time to the focused strategic work. Suppose there is a company going on, we have two peoples, and the two people has the task to first to write all the things which we are doing and create a content calendar and different things. Now with the help of this, Copilot can done this part. Suppose let me erase this part and let me create two scenario where we are using Copilot and where we are using a simple workflow. So suppose this is okay, let me draw this is suppose this is a normal person and this is a person which are using AI powered Copilot, right? The normal person is making content or is making writing mails and other things and doing a repetitive or unstrategic task, right? So somehow it is using 10 hours a day, right? But with using this, you can do this like in 2 hours, in 1 hour. If you have some similar prompts, you can save, you can automate all the things, and you can reduce a lot of time. By reducing a lot of time, you get a lot of time to get more focus on the strategic work. So the aim of this product, main of the aim of this Copilot is to enhance your productivity, right? So let me is this all part erase. And third is reduce error. We already knew how the Copilot works. It will help us in the code snippet and other things. It will also help us in to debug our code. So somehow it helping to reducing our errors. Copilot suggested help to avoid mistakes and ensure accuracy. I take the to-do application example. Let's take some complex example. Suppose I am building a bus riding, or suppose if I'm building a bus booking application. So in that application, I have different routers, if I have different server, I have different pages and different components, right? So what can I do? I can go to the Microsoft Copilot. Simply, I can ask in VS Code, Copilot, this is the code, this is the error I'm getting. Can you Can you reduce the error or can you solve this error? Can you draft a code related to this? It will draft a code. Along with the code, it will tell the detail about the all the code and it will tell what is the problem with that code and what are the things it changed. Then the code is running. So it is very useful for debugging the code. End of the day, it also giving some like it also boosting ourselves, or it is also giving a lot of time. So suppose let me erase this one. Erase so. Suppose we are using VS Code, we are using Copilot over here. So what we can do, there is a code over here. I'm getting error. I was stuck, or I wasted my 1 hour to debug this code, but I did not understand where is my error. But with the using of the Copilot AI, I can rectify the error. I can see the error. Where is the problem? I can debug the problem, or I can draft the problem. I can draft not a problem. Sorry, I can draft the code or the solution of that problem with the proper accuracy, right? So it's very useful. It saves a lot of time. Instead of wasting my 1 hour in the debugging, I can go to the Copilot AI. I can tell this is my code and this is the thing which I'm getting. Where you can rectify it and it will tell in 5 or 10 or 30 minutes or somehow you are saving your time, which can use in further your study or which can further in a strategic task, right? So let's move to the next slide. So in next slide, we have optimization your workflow with the Copilot integration. As I already told, so this is the icon of Twitter, I guess. Twitter has a new icon, or sorry, X. So we can just ignore this, right? So we can optimize our optimize your workflow with our computer. So the basic idea of I already told about the mail part, PPT part. You can draft a PPT with the help of Copilot. You can draft a doc with the help of Copilot. Somehow it will integrating with other Microsoft tools, right? So the second point we have like Microsoft Word. So the Word is we already familiar with Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word in that in that we can generate in that we can generate the text, refine, and the readability. So with the help of the like a Copilot integration, we can rectify the test, refine the test, and improve the readability. Right, and we can generate the content as well as. So next we have Microsoft Excel, as we already familiar with the Excel, the columns and the rows, right? So the collection of columns and rows and chart, we can analyze the chart, we can automate the calculation. So in Excel, the bigger problem when we compute a lot of formula, when we have to remember a lot of formula and do a lot of mathematical tasks, right? So we can do that. We have PowerPoint, as I already told you, we can design, slide, create a presentation, enhance our visual appearance, right? So I will also give an example in the live demo if we get time of Microsoft PowerPoint, how we can craft a good presentation and enhance our visuals, right? So end of the day, like all these things are indicating with our and it's saving our time, it giving our efficiency to the developer to work on some good things, right? So let's move to the next slide. So the next slide is real world example of Copilot in action. So now you can, the basic idea we already knew to boost our productivity as we are talking from beginning, right? So the real world example. So in real world, where the use of this Copilot happening? Content marketing, as I already told. Nowadays, a lot of blog posts are drafted by this Copilot. So I will also tell how you can draft. You can go to the Copilot, you can give the title, you can give a description, and somehow you can manage also SEO. SEO is very important for the blog website. So nowadays, people have good prompt, people have good experience in SEO. They can automate their workflow and they can draft the content for their marketing, and they are using this Copilot for their marketing agencies and for their own marketing, right? So we can draft good social media, content, and marketing materials, right? Software development, as you already told about the code issues and automation testing process with the help of VS Code and Microsoft Copilot, so we can do that. The data analyzation is one of the most point because nowadays data is a new fuel, right? Data is the money on new food. If you have a lot of data, you can somehow analyze. Suppose if I am uh, selling or if I'm delivering some parcel to a specific area, then I have the data of that area that this is the south side where people order this much of amount of things, and this is a sort of people where the rich people order something. So I've got data of this, and I can analyze this, analyze trend, and generate a large data set. So data is very important for the ML as the models are training on the basis of the data, the user data. Suppose if I'm writing something or if I'm asking something to a Copilot or some AI assistant, what is doing in the backend? So let's create a simple workflow or simple diagram to understand what is happening behind the hood. Let me erase this and let me choose the pen and let suppose this is the AI assistant something and this is the user writing the query. In the backend, there is an API which is gets the all the query and it will deliver to the main server. The server, I think, suppose the server is in America, right? So it will send there and it will draft a response to this back and all the like the question queries stored in the server or servers connected with some Azure or some other cloud provider. In that we have rented a storage and all the queries are stored on this. And these storage and these data will be analyzed uh, for the further development of the like of the tool which we are building, right? Which they are building to identify trends. Suppose there's a query of something related to Delhi visiting, as I already told example of if I'm visiting Delhi for first time, if I'm visiting any place for first time, I ask this, it will go to their server, it will go to the server. In this, we have a lot of computation power happening under the hood, and it will draft a response. All the queries are space are stored in the other cloud platform. Suppose it's Azure, then we have a storage service. In this storage function, in this storage service, there all the data has been presented, right? So let's move to the next slide. So, as we already familiar with all the things about Microsoft Copilots, we are now we already know what is Microsoft Copilot, how we can integrate with our workflow, and how we can enhance our productivity, right? So let's uh, let's see. These are some tips and perspective. These are some tips and best practices for using Microsoft Copilot. First would be clear instruction. So, what does mean by clear instruction? Suppose I want to draft a mail to a person related to a sponsorship. So I will tell the main aim or the main problem or the main thing which I want to send to that person. So the more clear instruction we have, the more good response we have, right? Review suggestion. Carefully review the Copilot suggestion and refine the optimal solution. For the suggestion part, I already give an example of visiting a place. Suppose if I am visiting Mumbai and I am writing something that the best place Mumbai under 300 rupees or like 500,000 rupees. So it will give suggest something. So it will help in the optimal search, right? Optimal search is nothing but optimal search is a suppose if I am searching something on the web and I'm getting some suggestion over it. So somehow it will we can review all the suggestion and we can make a good optimal result of from all this and we can choose all the best option from all the among results, right? So the third point is continuous improvement. So continuous improvement is like as a co-pilot is AI assistant, it also training with some of the data or clear data you're putting. So we I think we have also option of in the setting that if we want to send the data for the training stuff or if we do not want to, you guys we can set this also. So continuous improvement is like use feedback to enhance your workflow and optimize your co-pilot efficiency. So it's good to use a feedback to enhance. Always try to give feedback. Suppose we draft a mail, but we did not like this mail, so we can simply go to feedback and we can give this feedback. So because of the feedback, it will improve. So somehow it will improve and it will help in our efficiency and boost our things and boost our productivity, right? So let's move to the next slide. What we have in the next slide. I think we are done with the session, but we have the demo part as well as so we can go to the Microsoft Copilot website and try some hands-on demo. Then we will further close this session, I guess. Uh, we can take two, three examples. One would be the code snippet example, and another would be crafting a design or something with the help of with the help of Microsoft Copilot, right? So then we can further go. So let me go back to the web. So let me escape from this part. Okay, so we can go to price spin. Okay, let's go to another part. Yes. I think we can discard this. We will come further to this part. Let's go to the Microsoft. So we have Microsoft Copilot. I will also share that link. Okay, pin. Okay, I have to, I guess, ask me later. I think we can also. Okay, 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 I can only. Right, so got it right now. So we can also do these things, but we can erase this and we can see the example. So here, let me clear the option, clear all the annotation, and let us see the example. Right? Okay, delete option, go on setting about the whiteboard. I think so. This is a Copilot. You guys can go to this web link. I can also share the web link to all you guys. So now this is the basic idea of the overview, and we will also see how we can integrate. So this is the last step which I have done. So it will show in the right side, right? So let me remove this illustration and let me try something and let me do some, let me draft some images for this session as well as right. So let me create a code or let me ask Copilot to draft a simple uh, web application related to joke or random joke or something like that. So simply the first we already knew in the slide we have this part clear instruction. So I'm giving a clear instruction, draft a web application, a simple web app for uh for random joke something for random jokes when user will go there and click on the generate joke. It will drop a random joke. So the prompt you can see we give a uh we give a clear instruction. So let me send this and let me show. So it will giving the prompt. So we can also panel. So it will giving all the code you can see. For the web app we need HTML. So we get the HTML for the front end part, I guess. Then we have the style.css file. Then we have JavaScript for the scripting and other things. So what we can do, this is a feedback format. So you can just click, or this is like, I like this something. So it will tell that you can send this feedback to Microsoft. You can include all the screenshot as well as, right? So you can go to VS Code and you can try or you can paste this code. Let me draft some more things. So let's see, draft a good logo for a car reselling brand. And specific, we can also specify draft a good logo for a car selling brand. First letter would be M, and we can also put for color. Color, like color would be uh, tiny, RE. Suppose if I want to code, so simply paste this, and let's see how it's drafting an image, right? So in the Copilot, we have the designer OS, so it will design something. So let's see how it giving the how it's giving the response back. Let's see. It will take little bit time, but it is drafting the logo. Let's see the logo, how the logo look like. So you can see the logo. I think the logo is like good, I guess, because I already write a logo for car reselling. So there is a car which is uh, always, for representing the car. Then I told the first letter should be M. So uh, somehow it somehow there is a M letter you can see, and the color is shining gold. So you can add make it modern. So it giving some suggestions. We can also use this suggestion add a car. So we can go to prompt. These all are the prompt we can create. We have a lot of prompts. These are given by the Microsoft for the task. Suppose for the code part, we have help with the code building C program to check the prime is not. For manage, let's see. There is manage. Get more. What are the five things we can frustration? We can go to learn part and stand out in the social. Find your claim, stay focus, give instruction, spot the error. Right? We have different things. So let's me create a PPT or something like that from this. Uh, let's ask craft a PPT for a for a car brand for a car brand reselling 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 reselling. Right. Let's see how it's relating. So the execution task, we draft a PPT for the carpet. Let's see how the PPT will be, it will generate, and let's see how. Oh, so, it will create outline for, we can click on this. So the PPT, I guess, downloaded. We can see the PPT, but first we will see what is the PPT includes. So the PPT including the introduction to the car reselling brand, the first about us, and our services, what we are offering, why choose us, and the context. So these are not a basic, but it tell what are the things which we can add in the car reselling brand position and car reselling brand presentation, right? PPT. So let's see how the PPT look like. So the basic PPT, I think this is a very basic PPT, but we can further on, we can give another prompt, we can give add some car, add some things which I want, or some things. Suppose I want my logo, so we can also add logo, but somehow it create an outline for us. Instead of brainstorming, suppose there is no Copilot, so I will somehow think what I have to add in the slide and think about what I can further add, then it take a lot of time. So somehow it's helping us, right? So you guys can check the Copilot. I think there's a time constraint. So let's end the session and let's close the Chrome first and let's go to the from the beginning, right? And let's end. So we done all the things. Let me create a pen over here. Okay, let's go to the last slide and let's. So we are at the end of the slide, I guess. So this was the session all about the Microsoft Copilot boost your productivity session. I hope this session adds some value to you and you learn new things. So let me close this meeting and let me close the recording as well. So at last, thank you so much, guys, for joining this session. I hope this session adds some value to your knowledge or you learn something new. And I will highly recommend everyone to go to the Copilot once and try Copilot and play with Copilot and use in their daily life and their daily uh, things which are you guys can automate and it will help to boost your productivity. It will help a lot of time support. I'm also draft a lot of mails and other messages from that Copilot. Right. So I think this was the session and it was a great session. All of you guys, thank you so much for joining this session. So I think we can stop the sharing part. So I can stop the sharing part and let me close the meeting. So at last, again, thank you so much, guys, for like joining this session. Let's meet in another session. All the PPT links and all the other links of this Copilot that I will be sharing in the WhatsApp group so you guys can check this out. Right. So yeah, that's the wrap up, guys, and great. Uh, it was a great session, right? So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Bye.